Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya, and if you're stopping by for the first time, welcome. I do hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you're not stopping by for the first time, thank you so much for your support. Let me also extend a hello and a welcome and a thank you to new subscribers. I have increased a few subscribers recently, and I do thank you for that. I hope that you will consider staying with me for a little while. You'll find that there are times when I will probably post a little bit more often than others, and my channel essentially is about stuff to do with luxury goods, the luxury community. I've been on YouTube for quite a few years, but there's a bit of a story, there's a bit of a history to my time here on YouTube, and if you're interested in hearing about that, let me know. If you want me to do like a bit of an update, how I came to be on YouTube story or anything like that, do let me know, because that's something I've been considering doing. Some of you know the story already, but then some of you may not know the story. So anyway, this video is just going to be a bit of a chatty video. Certainly the last few videos that I've shared with you have been me showing some beautiful new pieces and additions to my collection, and I'm hoping to do a handbag collection very soon. I haven't done a handbag collection video in a while, and it's something that I've wanted to do for some time, but my collection has changed. Now, I use the word collection, but it's a very used collection, although within that there is some irony, because there are some pieces I haven't used in quite some time. I thought that today I would share with you some of the bags and the SLGs I feel too scared to use. Let me know if you're in the same boat as me in regards to this. I know that a lot of us in the luxe community have amazing, beautiful pieces in our collection, and I often see them sitting in the background of someone's video, and I always admire them. And I think, wow, I wish I had something like that. But then again, I think, oh, I'm glad I don't, because I probably would be too scared to use it. Having said that, I do have some pieces that I'm too scared to use. So let me share them with you. Let me know what you think. Is that sort of a secret message somewhere in there? Is the universe telling me that maybe I should pass them on? Should I sell them? And and see where that goes. Happy to have this conversation with you. Let's get started. Okay, no particular order, no order of brand or purchase or anything like that. But this is the Coach Rodarte 1941 bag, and it is the Coach by Rodarte collaboration. Rodarte is a sister team. I think they're not Australian, US designers. They were one of the first fashion companies, apparently, to collaborate with Coach, and they came up with many beautiful pieces. This is the messenger bag, and it is in this beautiful sort of dusky pink. Is it dusky or dusty? Anyway, this type of coral pink colored bag, and I purchased this from eBay from a woman who lived in Melbourne, or lives, I guess. Anyway, and she purchased this from the Coach boutique in Italy. So this has been around, this lovely bag. But would you believe that I've not used her? I've shown her a few times. I've opened her. I look at it. I currently have her listed for sale. This leather truly it's exquisite. It is the 1941 leather, but I'm just finding that because I'm too scared to use it, because I'm worried that I'm going to damage the little leather petals. I'm worried that with my daily use, the studs may fall out. I'm concerned about color transfer, even though you can spray them and you can sort of offset that by the regular spraying or the protection of the leather and the wiping down after use and all that type of thing. I love this bag. I mean, I deliberately purchased it because I love her, but I am feeling just a little bit hesitant to use her. I do have her listed for sale if anyone is interested. Maybe message me on Instagram and perhaps we can talk, but she's in exquisite condition. She's in exquisite condition. Next bag that I'm sort of feeling a little bit scared to use now, because I have actually used her quite a bit, and this is one of the gifts that I received for my 50th birthday from my beautiful friend Krista. You've heard me mention her. She gifted me the look I think from memory, do I have the tag in here? I think from memory, this is the Coach Tabby, but the straw version, I think they called it the popcorn bag. I don't have it in here, but this is a beautiful bag. And I remember Krista showed me photos of it, and I thought, oh my God, I love it. I love this color. It's not red. It's not orange. It's that sort of, to me, this is coral. Coral is like I suppose it's a bit deeper than coral. It's like a dark coral, but this is a lovely bag. The only thing is, I have been using her quite a lot, Krista, but I'm just concerned about the back. You'll probably see there is a little bit of color transfer on some of these little knots, because this essentially, it's like a paper. Listen, it's like a paper in lots of little knots. I think that's why they call it the popcorn bag. And I did find one up here where I think there was like one of these little pieces was loose and coming through. And when I saw that, I freaked out and I stopped using her straight away, because I didn't want this to become unraveled or damaged in any way. This is a very special bag to me, and so I really am trying to look after it. This is a gorgeous bag, let me tell you. I think it is in the Coach Tabby family. It comes with a longer strap too. It's got this beautiful lining, which is very reminiscent of the 1941. I don't think this is a 1941 bag though, is it? No, it's standard Coach. Although for a little while their Coach was using just the standard swing tags, even on their originals or their 1941 lines. But that's one that I'm starting to become just a little bit concerned about overusing more than anything else. But certainly I've used her a lot. See, you can see that's what it's made of. And these things, I'm scared that they're going to tear or something. It's a bit of a bag. If you've been with me for a little while, you will recognize this bag. And this was a bag that I always used to show in my earlier videos when I had my previous channel as the bag that I would never sell. I am scared to use this bag simply because I paid so much for her. This was my first ever purchase from the Louis Vuitton boutique, and it was back in 2015 from memory. And it was a gift to myself as a reward in a way for having gone back to work full time, essentially for a certain period of time. And anyway, there's a bag story video about this. And I also used a little bit of money that my grandmother sort of indirectly left me, a little amount as a memory of my grandmother. And I put that towards a purchase of this. And this at the time was $4,000 back in 2015. I don't even know what this costs now. This is the Montaigne MM in the Empreinte leather in noir, which is black. And I have used her a handful of times, but at the same time, I'm sort of becoming a little bit worried about using her because I don't want to damage her. And because I know how much I spent for it, that I'm worried that it'll get knocked or it'll fall over or something. The other thing about this bag is that I'm finding she's a bit big now. And at the time when I purchased it, the BB was also released. And I remember scoffing at the BB, thinking, why would you spend all that money on a little bag? Well, anyway, you live and learn, right? So this one I'm sort of a little bit worried about using on a daily basis. Either I part ways with it, and it's okay to do that. I have to really get my head around that because I feel as if this represents a little bit of my grandmother in me, plus all the hard work that I put in that particular year, juggling kids and working and ex-husband and stuff like that. So part of me thinks, oh, this represents that, and I don't want to part with it. But at the same time, I don't use her much. So only because I paid so much, I'm scared to use it. It's not a delicate, fragile bag in any way. It's actually a beautiful bag, beautiful bag. And the condition is exquisite because I've only used her a handful of times. Anyway, that's that. This is my next darling, and I adore this bag. This is my, obviously, Fendi Peekaboo, and it is a 2016 seasonal piece. I bought this from eBay. I had it authenticated. It's a stunning bag. It does have a little bit of wear. I think the seller must have lent this up against, this is one of the Japanese eBay sellers. You know, they're not great at looking after the bags. And it must have been leaning up against something because I've never been able to get this crease. If you can see, there's just a subtle crease, but maybe if I use it more, it'll sort of push out. I don't know. And it has ever so subtle sort of pressing here also. And I think it must have been leaning up against something. It doesn't seem like a burn or anything like that. But anyway, it is what it is. This is my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Fendi Peekaboo, the mini Peekaboo. And I love it because it's got this beautiful sort of grey blue. Looks a little bit more, it's a bit lighter here in person than it appears there. It's got the beautiful purple top accents, and the inside is this gorgeous red. I love this bag so much. And it's got the little purple strap, but it's a very thin one. But this is an older one, so it does not have the swivel thingamajig on the end. Sorry, I can't remember the word. My brain is not braining very well today. It's beautiful lambskin. It is soft, but it has no feet. So I'm just a little bit worried about using her. So, you know, why do we do this? I don't know. Why do we do this? We buy these beautiful pieces. I think about how much I spent on it. Certainly not as much as I spent on the previous LV one. And I find that I don't use it much because I'm trying to protect her. Oh, you can really see it now. Look. They must have had it sitting like on a wire shelving or something like that. Bloody hell, I swear. Some of those eBay sellers, the Japanese eBay sellers, do not look after those bags. And you know, have you ever seen those vlogs where you see all these bags just piled up on tables behind them? Oh gosh, you know those vlog sales and so on that people travel overseas to do deliberately? So that's another one that I love, and I don't want to sell her, and I just feel worried about you. And I have used her, but I feel worried about using her. Oh, you know what? You just got to like pop that cherry and just do it. And then you get over it, right? My beautiful Chanel. This is in a beautiful deep green. Hopefully you can see the color. This is called the Hampton something or other. I always forget the name of this, and I say it all the time in every video. It's the Hampton, and I bought this from my friend Krista. I'll link the video below of me receiving it and doing the unboxing. My first ever Chanel, and it is my first ever Chanel. I just find that I use her when I go out. I use her like as a lovely little evening bag, or if I go out with some special people to a place that I know is not going to be too rowdy or too unsafe, let's say. The only thing that I'm worried about is that I'm concerned about the gold fading. Now, I can see that there is a little bit of fading just there, which of course is not going to pick up now because I've got the window here, so it's somewhat reflective. But I can't make out if that is fading from just incidental touching or if it's from the aged hardware. It's on the strap as well. And there are some sections on the strap where it looks like some of the gold has worn away. It doesn't matter. It's not a deal breaker where I'm not going to use it anymore, but I think I just have to make a more conscious effort to keep it covered, I guess. I know that leaving bags exposed can lead to color discoloration or metal discoloration. But I've got all my bags here like this. This is how my bags are. I don't uncover them or take them out of dust bags for the sake of a video, because that will take me longer than making a video, honestly. This is how they sit because I want to see them. I think they're beautiful. My bed is directly opposite, just over there. And, you know, I look up and this is what I see, and I'm happy to see that. You know, a lot of people will probably think that's disgusting or doesn't look nice for a bedroom, but it's my bedroom. No one else has to worry about that. And it reflects to me the hard work that I've put into, you know, saving and then finding and purchasing these bags. So that's one thing that's sort of concerning me a little bit, in that I'm not sure if that metal will be sort of, I haven't done that properly, have I? The metal is fading because of me and because of use, or was it like that already to begin with, as in the aged hardware? And part of me sort of would like to leave it for my daughter Talia. Who knows? She may be interested in bags one day, and she may want it too. This is my second ever Chanel, and you can understand why just by looking at it. This is my ivory wok with the shiny gold hardware. The color is ivory. It's a beautiful sort of darker white, like an eggshell white. I purchased this from an Australian reseller based here in Melbourne called Chloe and Eddie, and it's beautiful, and I love this one. I've used her once, and the reason why, and just look at this hardware, oh my god, the reason why I'm a little bit hesitant to use her is because A, I don't go out as much as I used to, B, I'm worried because of the color, but I mean, I knew what I was doing when I purchased it. I knew it was an ivory color. You know, it's not like I went into this blind. But also, C, I don't want to damage her in any way, because if ever I do consider reselling her, I need her to be in as pristine condition as possible. Now, that leads to sort of the next little subcategory in terms of topics. I don't buy my bags with the intention of reselling. Whatever I buy, I use. But at the same time, I worry if I buy something and then need to sell her if she is not, or it, I don't know why I'm personifying her, but I worry if it is not in good condition for resale. I will have a video coming up talking about resale and my experiences and so on, but I'm reluctant because I'm worried that I'll get color transfer on her, and I love calf skin and lambskin from Chanel, and chevron is my favorite. I mean, I have a couple of quilted pieces, but chevron takes the cake. It's just so beautiful. This is my one SLG that I feel a little bit hesitant to use on a regular basis. Mind you, it's always put away in a little drawer, so sometimes I forget that it's even there, and I think I included this in my previous video about, you know, my forgotten luxury and luxury pieces I forgot I had. It's a tag video that I did with Winnie, so go ahead and watch that hopefully. This is the little O case, and this is in a beautiful metallic silver with the dark ruthenium hardware. This is the older version, so it does not have the CC across the top of at the end of the zip. And inside is this beautiful quilted sort of polyester, I guess, nylon polyester type of lining, which is quilted, right? Can you see that? No, it's not. It's zigzaggy. And this one is chevron. And of course, this appealed to me very much because it is chevron, and I just finished telling you how much I love chevron. But I'm worried about using it too much because I don't want this metallic finish to rub off. And you'll see here, there is a very slight sort of matte effect where some of the silver must have worn off. And the corners have just a little bit of that matte effect as well. Not a lot, because I'm very careful when I use this piece. But, you know, the thing about it is that because I worry about using her, I sort of like have this little fear, have this amount of fear about using her. I think to myself, is it worth having? Is it worth having these beautiful pieces? And they are truly beautiful. Like even this latest one that I purchased earlier this year, the Mulberry. I've not used her yet, but I know I will. But is it worth buying these pieces that we adore and we love looking at, but then they just become beautiful trophy pieces on the shelf? And when I say trophy pieces, that might not ring true for a lot of other people. But, you know, is it a waste of money then if we purchase them and they sit there and we don't use them, we don't get our cost per wear? And why is it that I find myself using other bags more so than these ones, and I end up getting more cost per wear for my other bags rather than these ones here that cost me a lot more? I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's got something to do with upbringing. I know that growing up, my Italian heritage, my grandparents used to preserve everything and try and use things as little as possible with the intention of preserving to keep them new. But that's an ideology and that's an ethos that, you know, derived from them living through the war and having very little, so that when they did acquire something, it was something that they had a lot of pride in and they wanted to look after it as much as possible. So what is it about some of us, you know, a lot of us, I know we buy things and we just use them and use them and use them. Why is it that we do this? Is this something that you do? Let me know. I'd love to have this conversation with you in the comments below. Everybody, for watching and taking the time to watch my videos. Thank you to my new subscribers. I look forward to reading your comments as always. Take care, everybody. God bless. And I'll see you next time.